wrong way to do it. I was in China last year. They took a cleaver, they whacked it in half, turned it sideways, whacked it in 3 more pieces, and there was bone shards and shrapnel, and it was delicious. It doesn't matter. So there's a million ways to do it. Here's the simple way I like to do it. Start off with pull the leg, and it really is like painting by numbers, because they give you, the bird gives you its directions. You see the line? You just want to cut right into there, and then you want to pull this apart. Push your finger in there, see? So you can see where it's at. This is a really small bird, which is going to be very flavorful. The bigger the bird, the wilder the breast, it's going to be less flavorful. These small birds are delicious. All right, so I'm going to cut the skin gently just so I can get in to see where the leg is, right? So I didn't go slice yin because I didn't want to take a chance hitting the breast. I just kind of opened it up. Now, the key is I'm going to pull this back and just pop the joint out of the socket. See, now you see that joint, okay? And then by doing that, all you have to do is cut in between it and take the leg right off just by following that joint. You shouldn't be pushing hard because that means you're in the wrong place. I'm going to check the chilies. How this thing is. I got chicken hands, but this is 1,000,000,000 degrees, so that's all burning off from the chili. You don't have to worry. All right? Okay, now on this, same thing. You've got this little line here to cheat, right? And if you feel it as well, right here, you're going to do the next one. You can feel the joint right there, and there's also that fat line, so it slides right through. Just look for that fat line, feel with your fingers, and then you go right through it. Okay, now we got our pieces. This was already rinsed, by the way, and patted dry. Super important always to rinse off whatever meat you're using, pat it dry, because then the seasoning will stick properly, and you'll be searing and roasting and getting lots of flavor instead of steaming and braising. Whenever the meat's wet, you throw it on a grill or in your oven, you're going to create a lot of steam, so you want to dry it off. So we're going to put those over here nice and pretty. All right, your turn, ready? You might want to pull your sleeves up a little bit just so you don't have chicken perfume going on later. Okay, all right, there you go. Now, so first thing is just gently just slice right there just to expose, stop, just see perfect. See, you stopped so you didn't cut the meat, all right? Now you can see where things are. So set the knife down, pick this up and just bend it back to pop the joint out. Perfect, perfect, all right? Excellent. Now you're going to take the knife, knowing that it's right there, find that bone, and just gently slide the knife on the other side of that. Perfect. Yep. Go right. Yep. Yeah, go right across. Wait a second, check it out. No, it's okay. See, right there? No, right in between that joint, right there. See that? You've got that. Here's the socket. You want to be just on the other side of the socket, and it's where it's a separation. And it's okay. Just keep trying until your knife slides through easily. Then you'll know you're in the right place. So kind of lift it up a little bit, yeah. There, now you're in the right place, now go right through. Wait one sec. Yeah, this one's like kind of, you got it? Go right there.
You're not gonna hurt him, he's already dead.
Yeah. One more sec, stop. No, it's okay. It is a little bit tricky. All right, so here's the bone, right? So you're gonna go right there. Right, perfect. There you go, beautiful. See that? Once you find the spot, it slides right through. So you just try a few times. And this is great too, because like if you're cooking like a chicken breast or something for the family, then you've got the leg to then make a stew with or something else, then you got the bones to make a quick stock. You take this backbone and if the neck comes inside when you buy it, saute it with little onions, garlic, add some water. In 2 minutes you've got this quick, rich stock sauce that you can use for something else. All right, perfect. So you're already done with, you know, the hardest part almost. All right, so now you see the line, the fat line, right? You flip it over and there's that fat line. There's the outline. I mean, that literally is your outline. You're just going to cut, and you can see, you know what the shape is that you want, right? So look at that fat line. She's just going to cut right across that fat line, and it's going to divide it perfectly in half.
Smell the peppers.
You got it. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see. There's the, yeah, just a little bit. One sec. Yeah. There you go. Right there, see that joint right in between. And you do have to kind of lift it up just a touch to kind of separate the joint. There you go. It's a little easier. Perfect. Lovely. All right. Now, if this was wrapped in plastic, you could pay 20% more for when you just cut in half. But instead, it's not wrapped in plastic, and you did it yourself. Okay, now the wings, same thing. I'm just going to break it back, and you hear that pop. We'll just cut into it a little bit, find the joint. Okay. See? And then you see that joint? Same thing. Okay? Oh, thank you. All right, so then all I'm going to do is, see, I'm starting with it up a little bit so the joint's open, and then when I push down, it comes off. Okay? And then same thing. You see that joint there? You just kind of rest your knife, and and just see, give it a couple tries, and you'll feel where it's going to go through. All right, now you got those little pieces. It's a teeny little bird. Okay, you can cut that wingtip off if you want it as well. All right, there you go. So you're going to pull back a little bit to expose it. Take your knife and just make a little slice and pull. Perfect. That looks like you got the exact spot. Okay, that's good. I'll just cut right there.
Do you ever use kitchen shears to do this?
I don't.
We do have pieces.
You know, I don't, but you can. I mean, there's a million ways to do this. Some people will tell you to take out the wishbone. I find it to be a nice guide for the breast. Some people will cut the backbone out. You know, it's really whatever you're perfect. Whatever you're comfortable with. All right, now, so you got that off. So now you just want to go right there. See, you can feel the joint. So take your knife and just push there, and you'll feel when it's like there's not much tension, and you'll slide. Oh, there you go, like that. Nice. All right, now here's potentially the hardest part, but it's really not that hard. So you still got your base here to work with. Now we're going to get the breast off the bone. So the first thing you do is just with your fingers, feel that right there? You feel that breastbone? Good. This isn't so bad, right? Little chicken, it's no deal. Sweet and clean, you know, because it's fresh. That's the thing too, you know. I'll never forget when I grew up in the Midwest, and I just thought that all fish were supposed to smell, you know.
Oh.
Then I moved to the West Coast, I'm like, there's no smell. What's wrong, you know? It's like good food should not smell unless it's smelling of fragrant or spices. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is just make a line very gently right here on top, so I can feel where the breastbone is. Okay. And then the second you get into it, now you want to angle your knife and keep it against that breastbone so you know you're not cutting more meat than you need to. All right, right against that breastbone. And then as you open it up, you can start to see it's just like carving a turkey. And then you're down here, you hit that wishbone and you let the knife slide along it, and that kind of is your guide to know that you're still in the right place. And then I peel it back a little bit. See, as I'm cutting, I'm just peeling it back a little bit, really gently, which is why a sharp knife is so important. See, and then I'm just staying along the bone. Just like when you're cutting, you'll never cut yourself if you keep your knife against your knuckle. You see that angle? And you tuck your thumb back. Your thumb hides in the cave here. You've got to hide that thumb in the cave. Knuckles out. And as long as you're creating that angle, you know, you start off by chopping something slowly, but then I keep the knife touching my knuckle, so I don't even have to look, because if it's touching my knuckle, I know I can't cut myself. It's when you're doing this that you get cut, especially with greens. When people go like this and they're cutting salad greens, I'm like, then bam, I made that mistake in the early days. So knuckle out, like cantilever it like this, keep the knife against it, and that way you can chop garlic, you can rock the knife, whatever you want. Okay, so we got that, and now we're almost there. You can feel it coming off. And again, remember, like, it doesn't matter if you practice a few times and you don't get it right, it's still perfectly edible and delicious. Now you're just doing stir fry instead of a beautiful breast. It's okay. All right? And there it is. And again, this is a huge knife, which makes it harder, but we pretty much got all the meat off the bone, and whatever's left will be a good stock. All right, now you go ahead and do this one. All right, so there you go. All right. And this one's a little harder because now we got all this stuff going on here, you know, but start right here and just get your knife and feel that breastbone. Okay, and now angle your knife towards the bone. See? You see that? We're going towards the bone. That way there's no way you can cut your... All right, these get nice and flat. Good. These go in a bowl, and we're going to cover it with foil. Good job. That's perfect. Perfect. And now, again, but keep the knife that way, not that way. Keep it against the bone, so no matter what, you don't slice into your breast. Okay? Good. Perfect. And then now, just, yep, great. Just keep angling it over here against the bone as you go down. Perfect. See, she's sliding the knife down as she's cutting. Perfect. Wow. That's like perfect. It's your first. And what she's doing is great. You see this? She's sliding the knife as she cuts, so she's moving the meat away from the bone and taking it off as she goes. That's absolutely brilliant. Okay, now you can literally you can just make a slice to take the breast away. Because we're left over leg shrapnel. Perfect.
Good job, Laura.
Nice job.
Yay! Woo.
And here's a little sanitizer bucket for your hands right here. You want to swish them in there.